Greetings, mortals! Welcome to the God Gauntlet How to Play video. Now, let's cut to the chase, shall we? The goal is simple. You must be the first to reach the summit of the God's Gauntlet. But be careful. If you overshoot past the peak, you will have to restart at the beginning of the hand. The first one to reach the summit 3 times to earn their 3 godly trophies wins the game, and they become the ultimate, most powerful god. Gods? Yes, mythical gods that come from a variety of pantheons. In God Gauntlet, you can play a large variety of different gods with unique powers and movesets, so choose wisely, or don't. We encourage random selection for more fun, but to understand how to use your godly powers, we must first understand playing cards, the core of God Gauntlet. In every box of God Gauntlet comes 56 unique playing cards. You may notice the 4 in front of you right now. Using your detective skills, you can notice that each of these cards are very different from one another. Out of these 56 playing cards, there are 4 distinctive types: cosmic, void, organic, and spiritual. These types will be important later. Let's talk about this card. Most of the numbered energy cards are pretty self-explanatory. This spiritual energy of 3, for example, will move your god up 3 spaces. And don't worry, this is the same across all 4 types. You may only have a maximum of 3 cards in your hand. If you're at your limit, you must skip drawing while it's your turn in order to go below the 3-card limit. But, say if you were to draw more cards because of an ability or an event, then you may keep those cards. However, you cannot draw at the beginning of your turn until you're below the 3-card limit. But there is much more to these playing cards. Power cards. Power cards are unique playing cards you will encounter. These are powerful cards that can interfere with your opponent's march towards the summit. And you can use these cards no matter what god you are. The caveat is that you must use the power cards with a numbered energy to use the power card's ability. A card combo. But don't worry, the 2 cards do not have to be the same type to work. For example, this Propel in this 7 card can be used to send any opponent forward 7 spaces. Wait, that sounds bad, or so you may think. However, if you use strategy, you can use this to send them past the summit to make them restart at the beginning so that they don't earn a trophy. There are many more cards you can use, such as Repel, which can be used to send your opponents back a few spaces. The Trap, which, when placed, can be used as a landmine to blow the opponent's back in any direction you may choose. And Pull, which can be used to pull every opponent towards the very spot you're standing on. We recommend reading the rulebook for further clarification on how these cards work. But if you use a power card without a numbered energy, then you aren't allowed to use its effects, and instead, you can only move forward 1 space. Keep this in mind as it may be useful in the future. Now, let's move on to the main attraction, the gods. As we mentioned earlier, in God Gauntlet, while you play, you may use a powerful god as your avatar to become the victor. Though these 2 gods are inherently different. Why? Well, these 2 gods function drastically different from one another. Sun Wukong, for example, is a passive god. Passive gods can only use their powerful ability when the condition of the card is met. So if Sun Wukong is targeted by a combo or an ability, then he can draw a card for free. Zeus, on the other hand, is a charge god. Charge gods can only use their ability when you charge them with the required amount of energy. By looking at Zeus's card, we can see that he requires 9 cosmic energy. That means we must charge him with at least 9 cosmic cards. And yes, for charge gods, you can only use the type that is specified. The way you charge a god is simply putting the card you want to use to charge your god next to your god on the table, so that it's visible for everyone to see. And don't worry, in the chaos of it all, many players forget or don't fully pay attention. But if you were to charge Zeus with a cosmic power card, then his ability will be fully charged. There are many more gods in God Gauntlet. So get experimental. Have fun learning and exploring the game. But let's move on to the most chaotic element of the game. The events. Events are chaotic cards that will affect every player in the game, or sometimes be beneficial to the player that drew it. But there are only two main ways to achieve an event. The first method is the main method, because while going past the summit sucks, causing you to restart, the player that is directly responsible for another player, or themselves, passing the summit and restarting gets to draw an event card for free, and the event card's ability will immediately activate. The second method is during a turn. If you wish to forcefully activate an event, you may use 2 power cards in conjunction with one another to draw an event. And that is pretty much it. We recommend you looking at the God Gauntlet rulebook for more specifics, but this is the way to play God Gauntlet. Look out for God Gauntlet coming out on Kickstarter this summer, as we have a ton of exciting stuff we want you mortals to see. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe and follow our YouTube and Instagram pages, and follow our Kickstarter if you haven't. Oh, and if you want to try the game early, we have a print and play version on our website.